Over the past few weeks, I've spent an ungodly amount of time researching both the United States media and the UK media to see if the media has changed since the 1990s, and if so, how. Oh my God, do I have some trips down memory lane for you. We're talking Michael Bolton, OJ, and a whole bunch of other stuff. But to answer the main question, yes, the media has changed a lot, and this is the number one way I think it's changed. In the 1990s, I feel like quality was more important than quantity. Now I feel like quantity is more important than quality. Now don't get me wrong, disinformation has been around since the beginning of time, and I remember standing at a checkout line with my mom in the 1990s, yes, I'm dating myself, reading about Elvis being spotted in Topeka, Kansas, and knew it was disinformation at the time, so I'm proud of myself. But I feel like even publications in Florida, yes, I'm saying Florida, had a lot more journalistic integrity in the 1990s. Don't you worry, we'll get to the Florida publications, but I want to start off with an article from the Daily Express from January 16th, 1993. Mini history lesson. 1993 was the year William Jefferson Clinton became the 42nd president of the United States. And side note, I really wanted to play the alto sax because of this man, and my parents made me play the French horn, and I'm still bitter about it. The Waco massacre occurred, leading to the unalivings of 76 people. And by the way, elder millennials, is this where our trauma started with the sensationalist media, or was it the Oklahoma City bombing? I don't know at this point. And the one and only Snoop released Doggy Style in 1993. And shout out to Kodo if you see this. Your mom wished me a happy birthday a few weeks ago, and she is so sweet. So let's get to the Daily Express article, Why Camilla Has Such a Hold on Charles. Sorry, I don't know if anybody needed to see the summer sale. There you go. The first thing I want to point out is that this article was written by two women, and you're going to see my eyes divert back and forth between my laptop and here. I have perfect vision. I don't have contacts or glasses, but I can only see so much. But it was written by Heather McGlone and Rosemary Carpenter. In 2023, with all of the legislation that's being passed, how many times have you heard we're going back to the 1950s? I would argue we're going back to 1993 because it says her strength is that she has no reservations over putting herself second, and they're referring to Camilla. The article starts out by saying she may now be thought of as the wicked Wiltshire witch who stole the heart of the future king and broke up a fairy tale marriage. But once history has acquired its perspective and got away from the white heat of immediate passion, Camilla Parker Bowles should be up there along with Cleopatra as one of the world's great female lovers. And I'm up there with Michael Jordan as one of the best basketball players of all time. The nature of Camilla's hold on Charles has been the main puzzle since the breakdown between the Prince and Princess of Wales first became public. To be frank, she is not and never has been pulchrituitous in any degree. I had to look that word up. Say it 5 times fast. Pulchrituitous. You get the picture. It means beautiful. So the author said she was not beautiful. Here's where we get to the part where I'm like, I'm sorry, what? It says, women in particular who tend for some extraordinary reason to be much more bitchy than men in assessing female attributes have been astounded at the thought that Prince Charles would choose the equine-faced Camilla over the fashion polite Diana unless it had something to do with his passion for horses. Not today, Satan. I have so many jokes. Okay, moving on. Now, however, the publication of the Camilla Gate tape has revealed just how clever Mrs. Parker Bowles actually is. Because I do believe in fact-checking, Mrs. Parker Bowles was still married to Andrew Parker Bowles at the time this article was written. She was not divorced until March 3rd, 1995. Moving right along, we had been told by a variety of gossip columnists, polo players, and Jilly Cooper that she is witty, and the tape bears out that she and Charles laugh a lot. We had been told that she is sexy, and certainly there are moments on the tape where she says some very skittishly risque things. Again, I cannot say what is in my brain or I will get in so much trouble, but I want to say it so bad. I'm going to say it to Piper. She thought it was funny. But that is not the point. The point is that here is a woman skillful and scheming enough to manipulate the relationship with her man without seeming to do so. Indeed, the strength of Camilla's cards and her character is that she knows how to pleasure her man. The comparison between this tape and Diana's infamous squidgy conversation recorded just a few weeks later is irresistible. Whether Diana had a physical relationship with James Gilby, the man overheard professing his love for her, is not clear. Now this next part had me wanting to white woman fight as Diana's distant American cousin, because this sounds like if I had any wish, this would be my wish, okay? But what is overwhelming is that Diana was most interested in talking about herself, her clothes, her martyrdom, and the horoscopes, which she had apparently read in every paper published that day. That sounds like a fantastic time. Sign me up, and how much do I pay? Camilla, in contrast, is only interested in Charles. Worldly wise in the mind of the male, she goes to somewhat groveling depths to reassure him of her love and devotion. So he needs his ego stroked, basically. She makes it clear that she is so interested in some speech that the prince has just written, boring enough to make even him yawn, that she desperately wants to read it. She begs for a copy. So did she want to read it, or, I don't know, maybe leak it? Asking for a friend. Groveling, yes, but it is a fact of life that men like to be flattered. They like women who are interested in them, who see how clever they are, how attractive they are, and who apparently desperately need them. Or just get a horse. Come back for part 2.